to a new episode of the football show. As today we're going to talk about yesterday's Premier League and games from other European leagues, and also we're going to talk about today's Premier League games and also from other European leagues. So let's get started. Let's start with the Premier League yesterday's games. Week 24, Leeds United against Arsenal. Arsenal win 4-0. Two goals came from set pieces. Zubimendi, even though it was not yet, there was a corner, and then after that was a kind of a cross from Noni Madueke to Zubimendi. Second goal, a corner from Arsenal once again, and then they scored the third goal from Gyökeres and fourth goal from Jesus. It was I think a good fight back, a good response after obviously the loss they had to Manchester United last week. A good performance. In the first half, I don't think they were that, except the two goals they scored, I don't think they created many big chances, in my opinion, Arsenal. But they were effective in their chances, and obviously, when you play against teams like Leeds United who can sometimes go for it, which they tried, Arsenal had two chances to score from corners, and they took it fantastically well. First goal, Nuno Madueke, brilliant cross from him, who by the way had to replace Bukayo Saka because he was injured in the warm-up, so kind of a big blow for Arsenal. So Arsenal fans will be hoping that was a one-off injury and he will be okay for the next games, especially against the next one, for the big one for Arsenal, which is Chelsea at home, the Carabao Cup semi-final. But back to Nuno Madueke, he stepped it up. I thought his performance was very good in this game. Got an assist, brilliant cross. And Zubimendi, he also one of the people, not only Arsenal in general, who responded to last week's setback, also Zubimendi when he had a difficult result against, difficult performance against Manchester United, made a mistake. However, he responded really well, very good header, gave Arsenal the lead, and then the second goal where, that was a peak Arsenal set piece goal from Arsenal. Arsenal are so fantastic in set pieces. They're absolutely amazing. A lot of people criticize Arsenal from scoring from set pieces. I don't know why, really. Set pieces are part of football. It's like questioning whether, it's like saying that, this player without penalties he wouldn't have won the Golden Boot. Yeah, but penalties are part of football as well. And Arsenal, yes, they score a lot of goals from set pieces. Yes, they're not a team that, let's say, they don't play as beautiful football as Manchester City did, as Liverpool did, as Manchester United did, as Arsenal did in the Invincibles. But there are many different ways to win championships, to win titles. It's not like there's not on like one or two specific way on how to do it. So and Arsenal are playing effective football. Listen, I agree that Arsenal don't play the most beautiful football, but who cares? They're top of the league, and they're playing the most effective football. The winning 2-0 in the first half. Second half, I thought they were better. I thought they improved. Gyökeres with the third goal. Before that, he had a chance where he should have scored, but this time he took it. Third goal from him, and then the fourth goal where Jesus came off the bench, scored to make it 4-0 for Arsenal, and it was a good night for Arsenal. Martin Odegaard was actually dropped on the bench, where obviously it's not kind of a surprise because even though he's the captain for Arsenal, he's been subbed off for a couple of times this season for Arsenal, so it shows that Arteta sometimes is not afraid to make the big decisions, and he benched Odegaard in the bench, even though Odegaard came on and made an assist for Jesus, who also came on and scored. So it was a very good night for Arsenal. It was a kind of a performance and victory they needed, especially after coming back up the setback they had against Manchester United. So very important win. They go 7 points clear of Man City and Aston Villa for now. So very good win and a very important win for Mikel Arteta as well. Especially, Arsenal had a couple of results in the Premier League where they didn't win 3 games in the Premier League. So especially in this game, it's not an easy game against Leeds United. Leeds United are a good team. Before this game they lost only 1 match in 10 games. At home they're usually strong. They improved their form in the last couple of months. So for Arsenal to win in this way and to win a scoreline like 4-0 at Ellen Road is It's a very good scoreline to win, and it's a very important win as well. So yeah. But winning ways for the leaders of the Premier League. Wolves against Bournemouth. Bournemouth win 2-0 against Bournemouth. Brighton drew 1-1 with Everton. And by the way, Beto scored the equaliser for Everton. And from what I heard from David Moyes in the press conference, that he was booked for celebrating. I mean, these referees, they want to take the joy out of the game. I remember where there was a match where a player from I don't remember, but I remember where a player was scored a goal where he was making fun, or was doing the seagull celebration, and he got booked for it. Like, why referees are so obsessed on the way the players and managers celebrate? Hey, listen, if he takes his shirt off, okay, but you know, like, why do you do that? Why do you have to do that? Why, like, stop taking the fun, taking the fun out of the game. Why do you do that? Why do you book David Moyes for celebrating a draw? An equalizer in the last minute. Why? I don't understand. But before we move on to Chelsea against West Ham, I want to get back to Arsenal against Leeds. I mean, they score a lot of goals from set pieces, and obviously they are the kings of set pieces in the last 2-3 years, basically. And Nicholas Jover, who I think he used to work for Manchester City, if I'm not mistaken, he's done a fantastic job. He's probably one of the key guys involved in this, and obviously he's the set piece coach, so of course he's very involved in it. But he's done you could clearly see the impact and the contribution he's made in helping Arsenal being very good at set pieces is amazing. So a lot of credit has to go to Nicholas Jover, the set piece coach, and also to Mikel Arteta, because and the players as well, because Arteta and the players are they're trying to find any ways, whatever it takes, they're doing whatever it takes to try to win. And it doesn't matter if it's pretty or who cares. So, and they score a lot of goals from set pieces, but it's not Arsenal's fault that other opponents don't, when they know, like Leeds United before this game, they knew about Arsenal scoring goals from set pieces. So they would be like, okay, they should be better prepared from the set pieces from Arsenal. And they didn't do that. They didn't manage the set pieces from Arsenal. It's not Arsenal's fault that they get better and better from set pieces. And other teams don't defend well against Arsenal in set pieces. So you have to give Arsenal a lot of credit for that, for keep doing well, because some teams I've seen in the past where they score a lot of goals from set pieces, you're like, yeah, that's not sustainable. But the fact that Arsenal keep going and keep scoring goals from set pieces, the fact that keep it going, I mean, they deserve all the credit and all the praise. So well done to them for trying to keep ways in doing that really well. So yeah, well done. And obviously they've got physical players as well. They've got physical players like Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba, Zubimendi. They've got good, physical players who can, kind of players who are up for the battle. So I think that also kind of helps them as well. So yeah. Next game, Chelsea against West Ham United. Chelsea with a fantastic comeback over West Ham 3-2. West Ham were 2-0 up in the first half. Goals from Gerard Bowen and Somerville. And first half was, you have to give credit to West Ham. They did a very good job in the first half. They had the chances, the great chances, and they scored goals, and they took it. Whereas Chelsea were quite uninspiring in the first half. However, whatever Lee Mourinho said to them in the second half, it clearly worked, because second half Chelsea was in a much different version. They improved much better, and yeah, you could say this was kind of a reaction to being 2-0 down, but it takes character, it takes courage to come back the way the Chelsea did, especially where I think they were booed at halftime by the Chelsea fans. They came back. João Pedro came off the bench, scored 2-1, and then Cucurella 2-2 with the header, and then in the end the finish from Enzo Fernandez, brilliant finish from him. João Pedro also scored as well to make it 2-1, and he's been a good run of form for Chelsea recently. He stepped up for Chelsea against Napoli during the week, and he did it again this time. And Enzo Fernandez scoring the winner for Chelsea. He threw his shirt off, 3-2, very good finish, and that was icing on the cake because Chelsea were fantastic in the second half and improved, and that third goal they deserved it because they were very very good. So and they deserved to come back. Despite in the first half they were not that good. And then there was some WWE stuff with Adama Traore, João Pedro being fighting, and Todibo and Sanchez, the goalkeeper of Chelsea, wasn't getting involved as well. And Todibo got sent off in the end. So yeah, I mean, some of the shenanigans that happened there was crazy to see, honestly. But yeah, yellow cards from João Pedro, Adama Traore, but Todibo. Todibo got sent off. And if you look at the replay, I mean, Todibo looked like a guy that wanted to kill João Pedro. I mean, honestly. But anyway, but Chelsea, great comeback from them. They've won the last games against under Liam Senior. You know, they've won all the games they played except the Carabao Cup game when they had some circumstances as well. So I mean, going forward, they're very good Chelsea to watch. They've been very good going forward, but defensively they can improve. If you look at the last 3 games, they scored 9 goals, but they also conceded 5 goals. So, you know, they've shown signs of improvement under Liam Senior, especially attacking wise, but defensively and the goalkeeper, in my opinion, still remains the issue for Chelsea. So, yeah, but they are looking better right now. So, if they keep it going this year, and they've got a big game coming up in the Carabao Cup semi-final this week, against Arsenal. So, it's going to be a big test for Liam Senior and these players. That's for sure. But very important win for Chelsea and a good comeback, especially for the hopes to try to qualify for the Champions. Liverpool against Newcastle United. Liverpool with a thumping victory over Newcastle 4-1. Newcastle took the lead from Anthony Gordon. Brilliant finish from him. Right side, good finish. Made it difficult for Alisson to save it 1-0. But then Liverpool responded really well. You have to give them a lot of credit for Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool were that great in the first half, but they responded really well to Anthony Gordon scoring. 1-1 verse where he was cut inside. Maybe he could have made a shot, but he made a great decision by making the pass to Ekitike. Ekitike scores 1-1. And then the second goal where Ekitike scored was kind of similar to the Ronaldo Nazario goal. I think that was in 2002 World Cup, where he was like going, and then cut inside, and then waiting, and then making the right decision when to shoot it exactly at the right time, and in the right vision as well. So very good finish from Ekitike, that one. 2-1. Liverpool, they were not that great in the first half, even though they were leading, but in the second half, it was a near perfection performance from them, I have to say. It was the best performance from Liverpool we've seen in a while this season from them. Third goal, they could have scored more, by the way. Third goal, Mohamed Salah, they scored 2 goals in the first half and they could have scored more. Mohamed Salah with the assist towards Fulham versus been a very good run of form recently, scoring the goal, and then the assist where he made for Ekitike, 3-1. And then the fourth goal where Liverpool scored in the end was a kind of a strange goal, I would say, but Ibrahim Konate scored. I'm very happy for him to see him scoring. A very good story to see, because especially he's had a couple of days difficult for him, where obviously his father passed away. So hopefully, our thoughts and praise go out to his father, to Konate, to his friends and family, the rest of his family, especially during this difficult time. So yeah, but I'm very happy to see Konate score, and he was clearly he was emotional when he scored that goal. You can see what it meant to him, that goal, especially after some of the things that happened to him in the last couple of days. So yeah, very happy to see him score, and yeah, very good, very happy. But for Liverpool, very important win, considering they didn't win a game in 2026 in the Premier League. So for them to bounce back and back to winning ways in this way, so it was very important, especially for qualifying for the Champions League. Ekitike, I mean, I'll say this season alongside Szoboszlai, he's been Liverpool's best player, that's for sure. He's scoring goals, very effective in front of goal, very effective, very efficient, fantastic player, making the right movement as well in terms of shooting techniques, making the right movement, right behind his defenders. His pace, he's quick, he's got strong athleticism about him. Listen, he's not incredibly physically strong, but he's got that great athleticism about him. He's a very good player, and if he keeps the progression that he's doing, I think he's going to be a phenomenal player for Liverpool in the future, that's for sure. Florian Wirtz continues his great form as well. I mean, what the doubters are going to say now about him now, huh? But he scored a very good finish from him from that third goal and the first assist from him.